Hi there folks, I'm out at the range today with the Husqvarna 8mm Mauser sporter rifle. Last time I had this out, I didn't have the scope mounted on it, so we have a set of rings and bases and an old 4-power Tasco scope mounted up there. And today we are shooting a Lee cast bullet and red dot powder. So these are an old Czech military cartridge case, and these are primed with the Russian-made Marome large Berdan primer. These were sold in Canada by Canada Ammo as Dominion brand. They're kind of a mild primer. They're really meant for 7.62x39, but they work okay with these cast bullet loads and red dot powder. So here's the load particulars. So the C324-175-1R bullet, and these weigh 180 grains cast of wheel weights. These are size 325 with a Hornady gas check. And we've got 13 grains of red dot, which is the Ed Harris recommended load. And there's the overall length. So we'll be shooting these over the chronograph and at a target 100 yards away, just to see how they do for velocity and accuracy. They should be a pretty mild load, probably around 1,500-ish feet per second. But we will see. It's a warm day in July, probably 27 degrees or so today. At least warm by the standards of this part of the world. Anyway, let's get at it. All right, here we have 8 rounds of the Lee cast bullet out of the Husqvarna 98 Action Mauser. This is at 100 yards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So, you know, not a great group, but I never really found that the Lee bullet shot quite as well as the Lyman 8mm mold one did. Well, I'm back home from the range. My current chronograph setup leaves something to be desired, so I can't show you that stuff live from the range. I have to come home and figure it all out on paper. So, speaking of paper, some channels have fancy computer graphics. We have a pen and a notebook. So here's the results. You can see the load data there. And I only got 6 of those Czech brass loads on the chronograph there. So you can see the results are high 1594, low 1551, and the important bits, which are the average 1568, standard deviation of 16 and an extreme spread of 43. And once again, that's out of the Husqvarna, and that's got a 600 millimeter long barrel, or 23 5/8 of an inch. And there's the temperature, 27 degrees Celsius. I also fired essentially the same load, but in some Portuguese brass. So this is Portuguese 8mm head stamped brass, Berdan primed. Otherwise exactly the same load. We got 9 of those on the chronograph. You can see we got our high 1598, low 1542, and our average 1584, standard deviation 17, extreme spread of 56 out of the same rifle on the same day. I don't have any groups to show you with this particular combo because I was using these to get the rifle kind of lined up. I had just put the scope on it, so it required a bit of tweaking to get the thing on target. And anyway, by the time I got it on target, I had run out of these particular loads. Anyway, nothing terribly earth-shattering there. The load performed in the range of what was expected for the red dot load. So we're in that 15 to 1600 feet per second load, or feet per second range. It's a very comfortable load to shoot. I think I'll go back to shooting the Lyman bullet though. I think it's a better design and it shoots better, but I had some of these Lee cast and I figured I might as well use a few up. It is, I know, kind of a weird load using Berdan primers, but with the current utter lack of new supplies of large rifle primers, I figured it was a good opportunity to use some of these Berdan primers up, because there's really not a lot of other things I can do with them. I don't really reload 7.62-39 steel cased ammo very often, so this is a good way to use some of them up and get out and shoot some large rifle calibers without dipping into my almost impossible to replace large rifle primer supply. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me, and we'll hopefully talk to you again soon.